who? The girl next door, you know? Yo, man. Next door.
But the quality is high grade, the energy is always paid, the perfection never stayed. Got the best, now it's played. I invested in the trade, cause this can't switch, so my aura will never fade. Many tempted to learn more, wish to see my magic portrayed. Not just in Dade or them other places that I laid. To relate a higher power, try to keep it sweet, but that always grows sour. After hours, I ponder on what I could've did, working towards a legacy that made me wanna have a kid. Said they had my back but never did. Want my racks but not my tears, on my fears, all the things that make my trauma severe. Had to peer through the void to revere what was toy. We ain't dependent on the ploy. We praying for every girl and boy, cause it's bigger than the beef. Life don't want you stuck like some mangoes in your teeth. Living for relief over defeat. Yeah, and we don't compete. Every being is a treat. Beautiful day, y'all. So happy to have y'all here on this lovely Sunday or whatever day y'all tune in. I drop all my videos on Sunday, but this is special because y'all see I got on my robe. That means it's one of those Sundays that I go to work. And these videos are so interesting because these are the only videos that I feel actually have a time constraint. But also, I feel like when I do these videos, they give so much more attention. A little overview is that, like, when I work for 10 hours. If you've seen some of my videos, you would know that I spoke on it. I don't speak on my job often, but every so often I do work on Sundays. The last 2 Sundays I've been off, so it's strange because I feel like when I'm off, I give more leeway to my videos and I feel like I have more freedom and I use my day pretty much to come up with it. But when I only have 10 minutes, it's like I have to get to the point, but then there's also an energy of me wanting to be more patient, more present, and everything is one take. Like, people can say whatever they want to say about my artistry, but one of my most talented contributions that I can make to this channel is my development, so people can see on all levels, like from the music to also when I'm speaking and how I speak and how it looks. Royal, we're not doing that. I'm recording a video. Sorry, y'all. But just all those other aspects contributing with my journey. And I feel like I like these videos because it makes me feel like I have a purpose. Like, I have to set out the time to record these videos and also edit it while I'm doing these 10-hour shifts. And I will do it, but I do it for me. I feel like I'm stepping into that new level where I want to get it more out because I'm proving to myself that it does have a structure, a standard. And that ties into the that ties into the topic, because I did have a topic. In life, there's always risk. And I feel like I've taken a lot of risk in my life, and all those risks has been beneficial for me, even when it felt like constraint or pain or uncomfortability. And some examples I could say is like the first risk I ever took is when my first road trip. I have to say I went to Ocala, Florida, which is like 3 hours away from Miami, 3 to 4 hours. And I did that with my cousin. So that was the first big trip. And then I ended up living in Ocala with a friend, and then I actually expounded and I went to North Carolina, South Carolina, all the way up to Philly, and I drove by myself. And those energies, the first road trip was with my cousin, and it was almost by myself. And shout out to my cousin, R.I.P. Marcus, because at the last minute he said, you know what, cousin, I'll go with you, because he realized I was actually going. And I will talk about that more in life, but that was the first risk. And then the second risk, by the time I took the third risk to go to Philly, it was already a comfortability of me being able to drive. Oh, I had driven to Tallahassee as well. So when I made the decision to drive and do all these hours, I only had maybe like 9 hours under my belt. And that was broken down. So it was maybe like 4 or 5 hours consecutively. And that was a risk. I realized that in itself, a lot of people driving 4 hours by themselves is a big constraint for a lot of people, and that stops a lot of people from exploring. And my travels, I've mentioned it before, even in a rap, it's been 44 hours has been the max, and I did that in 72 hours. So broke that down into 3 days and drove 44 hours from Utah to Miami, Florida. Salt Lake City, Utah, to be exact. So there's a privilege that comes with risk. And I feel like people would say that I have a lot more privileges, like pretty privilege. I would say everything comes with a catch. But my biggest thing that I can grow from and also instill in you guys from this topic is to acknowledge the fact that everybody's journey is almost like the boundary of their potential. Everybody and what they're going through, God only gives us what we can handle. So when you see things that may be new or uncomfortable and it's actually manifested into you, you have to have a form of joy, a form of purpose. And that ties more into like what I spoke on earlier, but I'm keeping it on the subject matter. But just like when I do content and I have to go on work and do the old traditional things, this gives me more purpose and even doing the old traditional things, because now I have something new that is me, that I feel is therapy. Everybody have their different forms. And I don't feel like life has cut me slack. So for some people that may feel like, oh, I have it easier, I'm lucky. Like, you didn't see all the times that I failed in order to create the luck or the success or whatever. I truly had to believe that within myself and have the discipline. It hurts. Oftentimes my body hurts, and I feel like at this point, I don't even know if it's like an emotional thing. You know, my chiropractor told me that your emotions can actually be displayed in pains in your bodies and certain things. And I've had little weird things happen to my finger. Sorry, I'm just waking up. So, and yeah, my mom, if she saw that, she would be like, oh my God, why would you suck it back up? Because literally, usually when I have mucus, I blow it out. But I don't have my tissues. It's over there, and I don't want to stop what I was saying. But my finger has been tingling and numb. Like, I've been able to really feel my body, and I haven't really had those type of emotions until since I had my, like, I call it my near-death experience, because I did not feel my body anymore. All of my body was completely tingled to the point where I didn't even, like, my mind wasn't even processing if I could, like, are you okay? Could you go in your room? You go in your room, Royal. I gave you a bath yesterday. I understand we cut your hair. I get you, but it's just so loud. It kind of like, if y'all can see his face, he's looking at me like this. He's a Scorpio. Royal, please don't do it. Go somewhere else if you're going to do that for real. I mean, like, is that a real issue? We've tried everything. And I just don't like how, it'd be so convenient when he itches sometimes. But beyond that, I just feel like I'm going to wrap this around and something y'all can gain from, because, child, life be going and life is going to continue to move. So when you want to make more construction in your life and build something worthwhile, I feel like it starts with feeling okay with where you at, being completely grateful, and realizing exactly where you want to go. Understanding that discipline is not going to be easy. When it's hard, that means it's actually working. Royal, hey, come here. Because you giving that you want attention now. Say hi to the people. He's a good boy. Okay, so when you decide where you want to go, it makes it easier for you to capitalize on opportunities. And that's something that I've done. All my risk has been purposefully placed. Even down to when I was going to Tallahassee, I never just went anywhere just for the sake of going. I feel like as I continue to do everything that I do, it's because I know the objective that I'm trying to get to. For example, what I want to gain. Why is it that I have to work this particular type of job and these particular type of hours? And also down to it being a driving job, for example, because I had to be sitting down, and if it means me sitting in the car, I'll take that. I would like to sit on the desk, but as I make these videos, it makes me wonder if I could even do this full time. And maybe I'll look back at this and laugh, but I feel like I'm still in the phase of trying to figure out what brings me the ultimate satisfaction, meaning that it gives me what I need and also feels good. But I think that that is my ultimate goal in this life. It's not about a certain amount of money or a certain amount of material aspects. So that's what keeps me going. Like, what exactly, figuring out exactly what would make me feel that satisfaction and fulfillment, because I do feel like it exists. I feel like a lot of people live that life, and everyone that listens to me, our goal and our journey, and what I inspire is for you to reach to fulfill that and to kind of be in the state of knowing that that is possible for you to achieve as well. And with that, I hope you find some meaning. I'll be back next Sunday, and I hope y'all appreciate it. All the vulnerabilities, and take the time to really listen to my poems. I really feel like it's for some other people to know that you're not alone in how you feel. And I know I wrote it very metaphorically, but it's all love. So I see y'all next week. Peace.